And it is time to head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one about the Browns front office and head coach.
Dave, in the next few weeks, I would like to give my opinion on the different parts of the Browns, starting with Browns management. Great job so far accumulating a competitive team. Positions I believe you must address immediately: wide receiver, more linemen, both offense and defense, and definitely specialty team players. Next, head coach Stefanski. I like and want you as a head coach of the Browns for many years to come, but as a complete head coach, handling all aspects of the team. My dislikes: you started out with a very good roster, but did not mold them together immediately. You wasted training camp and preseason. Play calling: I wish you would turn that over to a very good offensive coordinator, but if not, you need to learn to adjust quickly. Defensive coaches are figuring you out. And worst negative, the handling of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, and again, Ron, we appreciate it. Ron Byer, a frequent voicemail contributor. The handling of Baker Mayfield that's a tough one. There are two schools of thought in that, Tim. One is your starting quarterback is your starting quarterback, and if he's good to go, okay, you put him in there. The other school of thought is you got to tell a competitor, no, you need to sit down. It's almost like, you've taken enough body blows. It's the fighter mentality. He wants to get up and wants to go at it, and at some point in time, you got to protect him from himself.
Yeah, and I think that's got to be part of the growth with Baker. And I think, we just saw that with a bunch of guys this year, not just Baker, but Jedrick Wills. I mean, trying to fight through the ankle sprain, the first couple of games after suffering the ankle injury. I mean, he had to leave those games in the second half because he just couldn't keep going. So it would have been a good opportune time for Stefanski to kind of shut him down for a little bit. And I think Baker Mayfield, the same kind of thing, because, I mean, yeah, he could be out there, but just because you were out there doesn't mean you're performing at the level you're supposed to be. And I think with the shoulder harness, and especially after the Arizona game, after the humerus bone in that shoulder was broken, Baker was just never going to be the same until he got the surgery. So I think it would have been wise in hindsight, obviously, to kind of shut him down at that point. But, that's part of growing as a head coach. And I hope for, the Browns' sake that he really learns that going into 22. As for Andrew Berry, I think Browns fans should be confident in what he can do as a general manager. I mean, I look at his first two drafts. I think he's done a very good job. You look at the picks in the first two rounds, each of the last two drafts. I know Jedrick Wills has kind of struggled a little bit, but Grant Delpit really looked promising at the end of this past season. Greg Newsome and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah look like potential studs on this defense. He's found some guys who can play in the later rounds. I mean, he's doing a really good job, I think, drafting. It's just a matter of, him continuing to do that and doing it, for the offense now, trying to find another quality receiver to help out this offense. Maybe he'll have to do it. Maybe he'll have to nail the quarterback, but there should be some confidence, from Browns fans that they have a guy in Andrew Berry who can nail these picks.
Yeah, I am absolutely. And here's the thing. You're never going to hit on every draft pick or every free agent signing. The thing that's impressive is you got guys in like Demetric Felton, looks like he can play in the league for a while. DPJ looks like he can play, and Donovan Peoples-Jones looks like he can play in the league for a while. Even James Hudson, struggled early, but you see what they see in him. Now, there are picks that he's made the last couple of years that you kind of scratch your head about. Free agent signings, those aren't always going to work out either. Hooper doesn't look like a very good one. Clowney looked like a really good one. So, but by and large, nothing that he has done makes you go, man, what was he thinking there? You can understand what he has done with each of the moves that he's made.